Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mark with The Better Mark, and let's break down this Saturday, March 9th NBA slate. We got an action-packed slate coming at you guys hot. A couple key games that we're going to be breaking down. A lot of official plays along the way. So make sure you guys all stick around to the end of this video, and we're going to get into a recap quickly of yesterday's plays. Able to cash some tickets again. Profitable day, going 2-1 with my three best bets. So that's one we're going to look keep this momentum going. String together these winning days. Who doesn't like a winning streak, okay? Brings me back to that famous quote from Major League. Love that movie. Cleveland Indians fan, not the Guardians. Don't get it twisted. And that's where we're going to get into the recap where we were able to take the Orlando Magic. That was the only loss on the night, getting blown out on the road against the Knicks with a contest where I thought they really had an advantage in a good spot. Orlando's a great road team against the spread. Kind of a creepy low number. That's probably what bit me on that one. But then also Atlanta getting it done. That's one where we took the Hawks. Been playing them quite often here in these low number spots. Dejounte Murray's been balling despite the absence of Trae Young. And then, guys, the big one where a lot of people doubted, the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's just a fishy number. Everybody off a back-to-back with Minnesota. No Mitchell, no Strus, no Mobley, right? Why were the Cavs not expected to lose by double digits? Well, that's one where you got to read between the lines a little bit. Obviously, somebody knew something, and the Cavs able to get it done at home against Minnesota Timberwolves, and that's a good quality win for them. Okay, really lets them know that they can compete with some of the bigger interior defensive-minded teams. That's why I think that what was key for them is they've suffered against the Knicks in past in that last playoff series last year. And now we get into this game against the Timberwolves. I know they were absent Karl Anthony Towns, but seeing Jared Allen compete with what we looked at within Rudy Gobert, possible repeating Defensive Player of the Year, that's kind of where it's just a good win for the Cavs. So shout out to anybody who rode the Cavs and the Hawks in yesterday's plays, able to cash some tickets. But this is a perfect opportunity to get into today's video. But first, let's get into the channel giveaway. 1,000 subscribers. Want to give something back to the community. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you letting me cross that milestone. Can't do it without you. But this is my March Madness Fanatics jersey giveaway. Okay, so all you have to do is subscribe to me on YouTube, totally free, and then go over to my X page that is pinned on that YouTube post and in the description down below, and that will take you to my X. All you have to do is follow me on X and then retweet this and heart it with a couple buddies and share it with them, and that will basically let me know that you guys are entered into my giveaway and be eligible for a jersey of your choice shipped directly to your house from fanatics.com. So that's what I'm doing for you guys. I appreciate you all, and let's get into the picks for this evening, okay? And that's where the first game that it brings us to is the Chicago Bulls taking on the Los Angeles Clippers, okay? Now, we look at this contest, and this is one where I do have an official play. We'll be locking in the Chicago Bulls, plus 7.5. I just totally do not like what we're seeing within the Clippers right now. We look at this 7.5. That's a lot of points. The Bulls have been a really good team on the road, and this is one where they've had some injury concerns, but they're getting the job done. And when we look at with the Clippers covering 3 of their last 9 games, this is definitely a spot where if you can find this 9.5 from MGM, by all means, that is a great spot. I'm actually going to lock this in right after that video. So I'm going to see if it's still available, plus 9.5. I'll put that updated number down below in the description as well. But if we can get that 9.5 with the Bulls from that opening line, that is something that I'll be looking to jump on right now as we're currently recording. I actually should pause the video and go do that because I think that number might be a little off and might be moving shortly. Okay, second, we're going to get into the Brooklyn-Charlotte game. That is another one, guys, where I am staying away from a 10-foot pole with this game. This is one where I do not like betting Brooklyn, and I do not like betting Charlotte. You need an encyclopedia to go over their injury reports, and yes, there are some proper opportunities along the way. Love what Jaren Jackson as well as Vince Williams are able to do from a Memphis standpoint, and that's kind of similar what we're able to see within Brooklyn and Charlotte, okay? Because they have a lot of lesser-known guys that get put in these big spots and are able to shine through. And I know Jaren Jackson's a great player for Memphis and an all-star and what have you, one of my favorite players in the association. But more so I'm talking about this Brooklyn and Charlotte team having the likes of some of these guys that step up, like what we've seen with Vince Williams. Ben Simmons out for the year for Brooklyn. Not like that it matters, but we look at these games, and Brooklyn hasn't really played any quality opponents pretty much in their last, I think, 2 quality opponents out of their last 10 games. And they've been biting me a little bit, so I stay away from Brooklyn. That's one where I'm not going to be looking at this, but able to give you guys a lean yesterday, taking Charlotte with the points. I don't know how, on God's green earth, they were essentially a underdog against Washington, but coincidentally, guys, they ended up losing. Washington winning 112-110 yesterday. Both of these teams are on my no-fly zone. I just don't want to get involved, even with 6.5 points for Houston. It's juicy. It looks appealing, but both of these teams, like I said, are on my no-fly zone. Okay. Next, we're going to go back to the well with my second official play. Okay. This is one where we see the streak to continue, and this is one where you never bet against a streak to end in sports gambling. This will be a half-unit play because there is a plus number on this, and it's going to basically become a reversion to the mean situation for the sports books out there, because this is what happens. A lot of professional bettors will get on board of a train where they want to bet it for a winning streak to continue. And let's say it goes on. This is something you can do in baseball a lot too. Let's say it goes on for 6-7 games, right? Once you get on that, if you get on it like the second or third game, or even from the beginning of the first game, all you really need to do is just ride it till it bucks, because once you get that one loss, you're going to be so profitable. Say you go 6 out of 7 before you get that seventh loss. You just kind of have to take the thought process out of it and just ride it as a system play. And that's what we're going to be doing with Luka Doncic, triple-double. Okay, so lock it in. I think 6 straight triple-doubles. It's not like Jokic where he covers it with ease, but against a game against the Detroit Pistons where the spread's only 7.5, I see some opportunity to stay away from that blowout potential, especially with Dallas on the road. And Detroit's kind of been, doing their thing. Not necessarily a dominant team. I mean, they're still, for God's sake, 10-52, firmly in that tank zone. But, Detroit was able to beat Brooklyn, a close loss to Miami, and close loss to Cleveland for that matter. And it's something where Detroit keeps this game close enough where I think Luka gets that triple-double and keeps that streak alive in this contest. But no side play, no total play. We're going to be strictly in the prop market and hoping to keep that streak going. And guys, also not saying jump on it right now, because I've been riding this for 3 games personally. So it's one where I have a little bit where if I lose this and he doesn't get that triple-double, I'm still profitable in that system. Okay. All right. Now, next, let's get out to the desert. Let's go take on the Boston Celtics. Okay. That's where Phoenix, Boston, a 8:30 tip on ABC. Primetime spot. We know that what we're looking at with Devin Booker being out. This is one where I don't really have an indication this early, because there is some rumors going out that the injury report within this contest, and that's something where I want to break down for you guys. We're going to be talking about Jaylen Brown, okay, and what we see from Jaylen Brown. We also see Tatum on the injury report. So obviously that could change, but Boston minus 5.5 is something where, if I had to give you guys a lean, I am taking Boston minus 5.5. I think coming off of huge, ugly losses, losing to Cleveland, losing to Cleveland with no Mitchell and in blowing that fourth quarter lead, and then what we saw from the devastating loss from blowing out Golden State. Wow, I need some more coffee this morning. Beating the Warriors by 52. This has been such a volatile team, and then they lose to Denver recently in another primetime spot. Boston's looking to get right, okay? Boston's looking to get right. I don't see this being a close game, despite Boston being on the road. We all know how Phoenix's arena gets pretty fired up. But I'm going to be locking in a Boston minus 5.5 as long as we get some positive injury news and the likes of Jaylen Brown and Tatum both play in this contest. I'll be taking Boston minus 5.5, okay? And then next, let's get into the Spurs game, Golden State. Unfortunate news, Steph Curry's out. From all accounts, he's going to be available in the postseason, just going to miss some time. And this is where we look to take the Warriors minus 9. I think this is a good spot to take the Warriors minus 9. Wembanyama's out for the Spurs. And with the likes of Kuminga and Andrew Wiggins and some of the younger players on the Warriors, I think this is one where they still outmatch them. They still can get the job done at home, winning by 10, firing up for their boy. I think this is one where they really rally on a primetime spot, and they try to get the win and cover at home against San Antonio, the Wembanyama-less San Antonio Spurs. I think they get it done. I think they win by double digits despite Steph not playing. I think this is one where Klay Thompson might be back in that starting rotation. Be interesting to see if they keep him as that sixth man, that he's fell in love with that role. His numbers are way up, and he seems to be clicking from a chemistry standpoint as well with those units. But I just think Golden State has too much depth. They're at home. They need to win this game, right? It's something where they're coming off a loss. I think they can really pull out the bats in this one and win with margin against the Spurs. Okay, so that'll be an official play as well. And then next, the Utah Jazz going on the road playing the Denver Nuggets. We're going to lock in that under 2, I believe, if you can find the best number out there from a total perspective. But we are going to take the total in this one. This is one where you can find a 230.5 out there in the market as I'm currently recording. Not necessarily the best of it. I believe this total opened at 233. Already bet down the 230.5. So if you're able to get on that early, congratulations. That's why it's ever so important to get these numbers out to you guys as quick as possible and turn on that notification bell, because a difference between 233 and 230.5 in the NBA is a lifetime within spreads in total. Okay, but that's what we're going to be taking the under. I still like it at 230. I don't think it's going to get to 230 in this contest, so lock it in for me. If we see some buyback, I'll obviously try to take that as well, but I'll be firmly on the Nuggets under 230.5 against Utah Jazz. It wouldn't shock me if Utah didn't hit that 100-point threshold either. Okay, and then lastly, the last game on the card, a definite no play for me. This is the Toronto Raptors going on to the Portland Trail Blazers. This is another dumpster fire game, in my opinion. Pretty much a coin flip. Yes, Raptors favored, -2 on the road. Like what the Raptors have been doing lately, Portland is a walking, talking dumpster fire. They are in full-blown white flag mode. But still, one of the games I'm not looking to get involved. I got a lot of good official plays and leans. But if I did have another lean in this contest, it would be going towards the side of the Toronto Raptors. So that about wraps it up for me in the official plays within this NBA contest. So just to recap, we're going to be taking the Bulls plus 7.5. If you can find that 9.5 on MGM, by all means, go pull that trigger. That's an extreme value. I'm going to probably be going to that right after I get done recording this video. Dallas, we're going to be taking the Luka Doncic triple-double, looking to repeat in that metric. Boston, despite any injury news related to Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, we'll be taking Boston -5.5 on the road against the Suns for the third play. Fourth play will be Golden State. I think they win by double digits, locking that -9 against the Spurs with the Wembyana news, despite Curry not suiting up. Okay, and then lastly, it'll be the under in the Denver Utah Jazz game, under 230.5. Go look around, shop around for that better number. If you can find 231, 232, even if it creeps up. But I think this number is going to continue to go low. I highly doubt there'll be 230 points in this game. And as long as you get it at 230 above, I think it's a play. So those will be my 5 official plays. Huge time of year, guys. Also, remember to go over to the pinned comment down below on YouTube and participate in this Twitter contest. This is something where I can't believe it, because I would have thought that there'd be 500,000 people entered in this contest, because who doesn't like a free jersey? So when I'm doing that live stream and you guys are all watching, I'd hope for you guys all to have a chance in this giveaway. All right, but that's what I got going on in this video. Those are my official plays. Hop on over, check my college basketball picks out. We've been on a run over there as well. I hope you guys all get to cash some tickets this weekend. Huge slates, college and pros within basketball. It's one I'm looking excited to watch a few games. I got penciled. I'll have 8 games going at once, pretty much every single day in my lab, if you want to call it that, and that's kind of what we got going on. So appreciate you all. Thanks for this 1,000 subscribers. We just crossed that milestone. Better days ahead. We're looking forward to a lot of positive things happening on the channel, a lot of developments coming in days ahead. So hope you guys are all along for the ride. Remember to subscribe down below, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.